everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gemma and this is a speed build, well it's going to be a speed build for the Smilodon. So welcome everyone. I've got a couple of pictures here as you can see on the screen that I've taken from Prehistoric Kingdom. Basically I've scoured the internet and any kind of Smilodon video or image that I've found which does say that it's from Prehistoric Kingdom, I've included it into this video. And a little bit later on we're going to be talking about the Smilodon, little facts and figures, and I've also got a couple of pictures showing the generations, let's say, of the Smilodon. This is some rigs that I found as well. So we've got the Smilodon running on the left, walking on the left and running on the right. And this is just a gorgeous shot. Look at that. So here's the information for the Smilodon. So we're going to have a quick look at that. Obviously the Smilodon is a carnivore there. You've got preferred climate is tropical and dry. It's in the Quaternary period, which is the 4th in order or the rank. Its dig site is the Argentinian River Formation in Argentina. Minimum paddock size is 300 meters square. So relatively small paddock size, which is quite interesting. I wish I kind of looked at this beforehand, because the space that I've gave these Smilodons are absolutely massive. You'll see that later on. Foliage density, you've got 30 to 35%. Water density, 0 to 10. So actually not that much water. And also it took me about 4 attempts to say the word density, so thank God for editing. Other religious phenomenons are available, such as Thor. You don't necessarily have to thank God. Moving on, shall we? Moving on. Got social club 1 to 6 animals. Privacy, we've got 50%. Security recommendations 30%. And then we've got the different genes available. So you've got feral, pampas and dauntless. They look absolutely gorgeous and I cannot wait to do a species profile on these ones. If you guys have been enjoying the species profile, thank you very much for watching it. If you haven't seen them and you're interested, I'll pop a card up and you can hopefully click on that and go take a look at them. So we're going to go and make our habitat for them now. So the idea of this habitat is I really wanted it to be sunken down. So you can see here we've grabbed a 4-meter wall piece and we're just making that all level to the ground. The space is relatively massive. I'm pretty sure if you put a park boundary on this, it would be way more than 300 meters squared, but nah, we'll see. Genuinely interested in see how big this is. I know in my heart it's like way bigger than that, which would kind of be quite interesting. Now I'm just thinking about it, is 4-meter wall pieces is the same probably in Planet Zoo as well. So if I really wanted to make this accurate through alpha and beta, then I could probably maybe figure that out by making a boundary in Planet Zoo and then transferring how much space that takes up using the wall pieces. This is getting all very technical and a bit silly, to be honest, but it was just a thought that's just popped into my head. Hopefully you guys just appreciate the building style of it. Yeah, so we're going to have 2 viewing platforms on this one. There's going to be one kind of straight on and then one to the left hand side there, just as you come off of the Monorail Station. And then I've just tried to make this like pretty rocky. So let's talk about the Smilodon, shall we? The Smilodon name means knife tooth, which is such a perfect name for it because of its massive canines. So these canines grow up to 28 centimeters long, so I hope they have pretty good dental care, which is actually a funny fact. They don't. They do not have great dental care. If a Smilodon was out hunting, the teeth were quite brittle. So if imagine you're a Smilodon for 2 seconds and you're out hunting and you found a camel or a horse or a bison, because that was the kind of animals that they hunted, and you go away and pounce on them and then you sink your massive 28 centimeter canines into them and it hits bones and your tooth breaks. That's literally what happened to the Smilodons. So yeah, not great dental care. Not great dental care, which I thought was quite interesting to find that out. So like I said, they kind of hunted camels, horses, bison and other extinct animals such as toxodonts, which were herbivores during that kind of period. A lot of Smilodons were discovered in North and South America. So what I have discovered through many researching and my wonderful book that I've still not shown you guys is that they found quite a lot of fossils of the Smilodon in tar pits, which was in La Brea. It is a place that's in Los Angeles. So one thing which is great about these tar pits, for us, not necessarily for the Smilodon, is that the tar actually encased around the Smilodon and other animals of that time, and it almost like preserved the structure of the Smilodon. So a lot of research has been taken from these tar pits to understand more about the Smilodon, which is really fascinating and just amazing. There was one video that I was watching, this the scientist just saying that when they got down to it and then they unearthed it, it was like super fresh compared to other fossils that they've seen, which is just crazy to think that these animals have been extinct for thousands of years and they unearthed these fossils and they're super fresh. So yeah, really interesting. At least I think they're interesting. So yeah, the Smilodon suffered quite poorly in these tar pits, and it was mainly through hunting. It's believed that the Smilodon suffered the most out of the majority of animals of that time just because of their hunting style. So it suggested that they approached a more ambush style of hunting rather than maybe herd hunting, which again, I don't know if that's necessarily true. This is what I've taken from my book. However, a lot of discoveries have thought that, because they are from a cat family, that they would have hunted in packs, which I think is probably possible. I'm sure everyone's going to comment on this video and be like, actually, Gemma, this and this. This. And I love that. I want to build a community and I want us to have discussions of these animals, and I want you guys to educate me as much as possible. And I think that's a really wonderful thing, is we do have such enthusiastic dinosaur fans out there, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, yous are 100% welcome here, and if you can educate me as much as you can, I will be forever grateful. Just please do it in a nice way. That's all I'm asking. Is I adore the enthusiasm, but just be nice about it, because there's nothing worse than someone coming into a video and saying, you've got this wrong, you've not done this right, and it's like, okay, thank you for your input, but let's try and be nice about it. Even if it's like, you've not done this right, you have not mentioned this, but great video. At least insult me, but then, maybe be a little bit nicer by saying, you've maybe not featured this part, which was a key part, but also, we appreciate what you're trying to do here. Just be a little bit nice. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, this is a hobby for me. I don't have to put out videos. I do it because I enjoy doing it. I do it because I enjoy sharing with you guys and building a community. So that's all I'm saying just now is, if you don't think that I've done something right, tell me, but also be a bit nice about it. Or you don't have to say anything. You could just give me a thumbs down. It doesn't really bother me. Preferably a thumbs up would be nicer. So I'm just going to be building, here is our Smilodon Skull, which I am trying to do with all of the letters here. This one has been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Trying to get those canines in was a challenge in itself. And then, the angles, the teeth, it was just... I don't know. It's a bit special. It is very, very much special. But I enjoyed it. I think that's the key here, people, is I enjoyed trying to challenge myself, even though it looks very questionable. It looks like something has... a Smilodon has, I don't know, had an allergic reaction to something. Everything's just a bit too wide. So I'm trying to pull it back and straighten it up, and it's, like I say, very questionable. Might never do these in the future. Might never do them at all. You can see the detail. I'm still trying to go. I'm still trying to do it. It's I will not give up my jankiness. So yeah, there we go. Saber Tooth. Just in case people are like, what is Smilidon? And then we've got some implied text here for, this is going to be like a little information stand bit that you can come and read about the Smilodon. Basically all the facts and figures that I've just, you know, wanged on about. So that's what that is. And then there would be like some pictures here. This part is going to be a talk stand for our keepers. So I thought it would be kind of cool if, you know, someone came over, you know, 2 o'clock every day, they feed the Smilodon and they would give you a little chat about how they're doing and, you know, what research that they found and all this kind of stuff. So this is just a little stand that, you know, that the keepers come there. So yeah, we've got a little talk point. So on the top of this would say like feeding times every day 2 o'clock. So that's just that kind of information that, you know, that's when it kind of kicks off. And then I'm just putting in some support beams here just to make it look all purdy. So yeah, like I said, we've got 2 of these platforms. One you just saw me build, and then we've got one to the left hand side as well. And then this is me just putting in some structures for our Smilodon to play with, and cap it all off with some nice fluffy bedding. So don't think I forgot about this. I have included the concept art for our different species generations. So we've got the Fatalis at the top, and then we've got 2 populators there, and then we also have the actual in-game ones. So there's the models, gorgeous colors. I mean, I just absolutely love it. The patterns, the colors, they've just absolutely nailed it. And I think for sure when we have this in game, there's going to be so many Smilodon habitats, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be fantastic. And then there we have it. So we've got an old Smilodon and a new Smilodon, and you can see the textures and the muscle mass kind of changes slightly. The facial features get a little bit softer. Just absolutely amazing. The old Smilodon, you just want to give it a cuddle, don't you? You just want to take it, put it beside a fire, and give it like a really nice, snuggly cuddle. Well, that's what I want to do until it rips my head off. So, yeah, moving on. Let's jump into the live tour part of the build, and I will chat to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so welcome guys to the live tour of the video. So I've roughly got down to the same size as I guessed. Using my little stick man figure, which is, I've found him, he's over here. We need to give him a name. Put a name in the comments. So yeah, I've also fenced each of the areas off so the guests don't kind of hop over. So this is our first area of the park. So we're going to have a look at both of the viewing platforms. So here's our little stick friend. Hello buddy. Taking a nice watch. Yeah, so this is our Smilodon habitat in here. And then if you come at the top here, we've got our Smilodon information section, and then our talk point for our keepers, so people can gather around here underneath the glass little rain canopy thing, so keeps them nice and dry. So yeah, you got like a really good view of this habitat. You know, you can kind of go from one side to the other, which I think would be pretty cool, because I would imagine that, you know, prehistoric animals would be a bit of a marvel to look at, so this is why I've made it a pretty large viewing area. And then if we go around this side, which we have got the Monorail Station, and if you've watched the Monorail Station build episode, I don't know if I included the benches. I think they might have wiped off, but I have popped them back in as well. And then over here again, we've got our little viewing platform. So you can see the Smilodon if it's out, and then this is just another information booth, kind of just a replica of what we've got over at the other side. But the nice thing about this one is you get to see if they're swimming. So from this up on this area, you don't really see that there is water back here, but if you do come on this side, then you can have a look. It almost kind of does give privacy to the Smilodon. I mean, like I say, from here, you don't think that there's any water back there. I guess the Smilodons could maybe crouch down here if they wanted to escape guests as well. Yeah, just a really kind of nice environment for our little Smilodon friends. So we're gonna hop up so you guys can see where it is in relation to the park. So we've got our Monorail Station here. You come down and then you can go and visit our Smilodon. If I was to build this all over again, I'd make sure that there is a bit more of a green kind of belt around this, rather than having it just straight concrete into the habitat there, because I just think that it's a little bit too cramped. If I could like pick it up and move it, I would, but unfortunately I can't, so that's what we've got going on there. Our track here needs to be fixed. There's little tweaks and stuff about this park that I am in the process of fixing. Let me know which animal you think I should do next, if you would like to see an actual in-game animal, or if you are preferring these kind of look at prehistoric animals that we will be getting in-game, or ones that maybe haven't even been announced that we're getting and you're quite interested to learn about them. So until next time guys, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.